bad films on gentle, sweet subjects like A Little Romance or even Love on the Run. But now I'm going to praise a film on a violent and depraved subject, flesh-eating zombies. It's Dawn of the Dead, a sensationally effective new thriller by George Romero, who is the same man who gave us the original Night of the Living Dead. And it's one of the most horrifying films I've ever seen, literally, because the dead begin to walk the earth again, and they're after living flesh. 4 people survive. They occupy a suburban shopping center, and the film makes satiric points out of the way the zombie lifestyle contrasts with the retail paradise. Now, here's a scene where 2 survivors turn on the electricity in the shopping mall.
Keys to the kingdom.
Grab the walkie-talkies.
Upper and lower.
Right here.
How about a little music?
What?
Might cover the noise we make.
Hit 'em all. Might as well have power.
Everybody hates to miss a sale at Penny's. You got just a glimpse there of the terrifying nature of the zombies because, frankly, on television, we can't show you how really violent and really bloody this film is. So I'm going to combine a recommendation with a warning. The recommendation is that Dawn of the Dead is one of the best and most original horror films I've ever seen. And the warning is, this is really extreme in its violence. It goes beyond what you may have seen before. It's for adults only. Proceed with caution.
I like the picture too, but I really don't think it's very terrifying. I think that the zombies are a little more comical than anything else. There's a guy gets his head lopped off by a helicopter blade. I normally would shrink at something like that. In this film, it's done so broadly that I found it humorous.
How'd you like the intestines when they were disemboweled?
Roger, I looked. Normally, I would look away. I think the guy somehow does it in a comic way that makes you at least watch it.
Good evening. Welcome to the Dr. Zeus Film Podcast. It's Halloween night. We've done the celebration of Halloween, the film series. Tonight I did something different. I'd never seen George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead. I've seen the remake. I had recently seen Night of the Living Dead. I'm like on a George A. Romero kick. That is a clip from Siskel and Ebert, may they both rest in peace, from 1978 as they were reviewing Dawn of the Dead. So today, being at Halloween, we trick-or-treated, and then afterwards I finished the original Dawn of the Dead. And there's a reason why the original is better than the remake, because there is much more heart in the original. That is the intention we're talking about, and it's gory. Yes, the remake, computer generated zombies. What I didn't like about the remake, and I'm going to tell you why, is it got too rinky-dink when they're shooting off, hey, isn't that Rosie O'Donnell? Hey, isn't that Jay Leno? Because they're zombies now. Okay, why? So there's that, and then there's the originality. There's something beautiful about first time out. And the cast of Dawn of the Dead, it was first time out. And then it was directed by George A. Romero. It was done in such a style. And the zombies, see, in the remakes, the zombies almost, it's like they're on steroids. In this one, it's different. Oh my God. And yes, when they're eating, those zombies are hungry. You know, it's all you can eat at KFC, basically. I was riveted. I stopped it a few times because, like I said, it was Halloween and I had to get ready and go trick-or-treating. And then afterwards, I finished it. Well, that is a cliffhanger. It was truly a cliffhanger. That is a testament to George A. Romero, whom I had heard about before, and I'd always been told that the original was better. And the remake was, well, it was the remake. Yeah. So, I mean, we need to give thanks to George A. Romero. You know, there was, I believe, a sequel. Day of the Dead. Was this the sequel? Okay. Oh, is it? Okay. Night of the Living Dead series, because it was Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead. Okay. I haven't watched Day of the Dead yet, so I'm going to have to. Yeah. But Dawn of the Dead, released in 1978, directed by George A. Romero, produced by Richard P. Rubenstein, starring David Emige, Ken Foray, Scott. Okay, let's say his name right because he's still with us.
Ange.
David Ange. Okay. And Galen Ross. These are the original actors from the film. Okay, here we go. Following its Italian premiere in September of 1978, Dawn of the Dead was released in other markets the following year. Despite facing difficulties with various national censorship boards in the United States, it was released unrated to improve its commercial prospects. After it was given an X rating by the Motion Picture Association of America, and it was liable for seizure during the Video Nasty's Moral Panic in Britain during the 1980s. The film proved to be a major success at the box office, grossing $66 million worldwide against its estimated budget of $640,000. Noted for its satirical portrayal of consumerism, yes, Dawn of the Dead has received widespread critical acclaim since its initial release. Like its predecessor, it has garnered a large international cult following. Dawn of the Dead was followed by 4 sequels, beginning with the 1985's Day of the Dead, a separate series of unofficial Italian-made sequels. Beginning with the 1979 Zombie 2, it also inspired a 2004 remake, directed by Zack Snyder, as well as numerous parodies and pop culture references like Shaun of the Dead. Just brilliant. The legacy of this film is so much so. Oh, there's an alternate ending. I didn't know that. Okay. George Romero and Suzanne Sparrow's paperback book based on the film was released in 1978. It was reissued with a new introduction by Simon Pegg on May 26, 2015 by Gallery Books. It was reissued again in November 2020 with Pegg's introduction and new artwork as part of Second Sight's Films' limited edition Blu-ray release of the film. In popular culture, English virtual band Gorillaz used samples from Dawn of the Dead in their song's intro from Demon Days. Yep, I noticed that. Hip Albatross. Filmmaker, musician, and composer John Harrison, who cameos as Screwdriver Zombie in Dawn of the Dead and who subsequently composed music in its follow-up, Day of the Dead, receives a co-writing credit for the song. American heavy metal act White Zombie sampled dialogue from the film in their song Psychedelic Slag from the album Le Secreto Devil Music Volume 1. American alternative rock band My Chemical Romance song Early Sunsets Over Monroeville draws lyrical inspiration from the film. American hip-hop band House of Pain referenced the film's title in their song Jump Around. American shock rock band Murder Dolls takes heavy inspiration from the film in their song Dawn of the Dead from the album Beyond the Valley of the Murder Dolls. Joe Hill's short story, Bobby Conroy Comes Back from the Dead, takes place on the set of Dawn of the Dead. The story focuses on 2 extras playing zombies, and Romero and Slavi appear as 2 minor characters. This is what Halloween is about. And that's why the original, what the beauty of that is the heart within the film. That's what it's all about. When we watch these films, when we make these films, it's about the heart of Halloween. Here's the thing, the last time I watched that remake probably was in the 2005s. And yeah, and it's computer generated, and I mean, whenever it's a remake, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily better. And I know that people, I think the way the attention spans go, yeah, some people would prefer the remake. Okay. And the remake had a totally different budget. Yeah. Interesting. So I'm reading about the remake. Okay. Because the way it ends is totally different than the original, which is, you know, when you're able to do that. Okay. All right. Here we go. In 2005, George A. Romero spoke of how critical he was with The Dawn of the Dead during an interview with actor Simon Pegg for Time Out, saying, "It was better than I expected. I thought it would be a good action film. The first 15-20 minutes were terrific, but it sort of lost its reason for being. It was more of a video game. I'm not terrified of things running at me. It's like Space Invaders. There was nothing going on underneath." Reception to Dawn of the Dead in the years following its release have been favorable. It's been cited as Zack Snyder's best film. Okay. Interesting, huh? So, George A. Romero is very critical of the film because he knows, and you and I know, the heart of the film itself, it dies in the remake. Where in the original, first of all, I know, it's a different time. I wasn't around in 1978. My parents were, and other people that I know. And the effects were totally different. Okay? Totally different. And here we are. It's 2021. 43 years later. This film holds up, the original, because of the heart of the film. Nobody in here is a star. It's about the film itself. This is an ensemble piece. And as I watched it, I thought, okay, this is creepy. This is freaky. The zombies themselves, they take on a whole nother shape. Okay. And so that's what I stress on this podcast, is that first and foremost, it's about the heart of the film. Okay? That's what it's about. It's not about, okay, the remake is better, or technology is always changing. But that doesn't mean that the films are better. Because the stories have to hold up. If you look at the films that were made a long time ago, the stories hold up. Because the stories are written from a different perspective, in a different narrative. Now, what I noticed as I was watching the original, I thought, okay, there's a lot of jaded aspects and bullshit in the remake. And then also as I watched the original, I thought, mall life. We don't really go to the mall anymore. And this is and then I thought of that film Mallrats, where it used to be so cool. You would go to the mall, or the mall tour, you know. A lot of pop stars would do their mall tour, yeah. The last time I went to the mall, I think I went to Barnes & Noble, got a coffee and looked at some books, and bought a book on the Vanderbilts. So, you know, that's what it's all about. And this is the Dr. Zeus Film Podcast. Happy Halloween. George A. Romero, wherever you are, thank you. And pleasant dreams.